You may have done this over the weekend. 31% of Americans say that they did as well. It's your number of the day. This is why you're so thankful for autocorrect on your iPhone, right? Nobody can spell anymore except these young kids that just are so cool when they win the National Spelling Bee. Zaila won a few years ago. Her story, I think, is going to make you smile. And the word that she went on, it's, by the way, is Mariah. She'll spell it for you. If you ever feel like this, I do too, on a daily basis. I should be way further than I am right now in my life, in my professional career. What is going on? Okay, well, I got a way to level up your life, a different mindset to help you out. And you're going to be tempted. How do you overcome it? Well, it's your daily joy scroll. That's coming up on The Good News Show with Andy, where I'm all about putting a smile on your face and hope in your heart.
The Good News Show with Andy.
The number of the day is
31% of Americans do this on a regular basis, go to church. They say, well, either every week or almost every week. And if that's not you and you're thinking, Andy, I haven't had a chance to go for a while, I hope that encourages you to find a place. People are still going to church. And even if you've had a bad experience at one, just like if you have a bad Italian meal. Do you say, well, I'll never have Italian again? Or do you try to find another restaurant? And I really believe this. If you just say today as you're driving home, God, just open up the door for me at a place where I really can feel like I can belong and connect with others and connect with you, I believe he'll do that. Maybe even as you're driving home, you'll see a place that you think, I should check that place out on Sunday. Don't know the last time you played this classic family game. It's more fun than you remember, Jenga. And I had a chance to play Jenga with your favorite artist, and every single Jenga block had a question on it. We called it the Tower of Truth. And Matthew West took on the tower recently.
Fame or fortune?
I'd never did it for fame. In fact, one time, the lady came up to me and she was freaking out over meeting me. Like, it was a big deal for her. And she started crying and telling me how much my music had changed her life. And she went on and on. And then she goes, Chris Tomlin, could we take a picture together? And I was like, any pride that had built up in that moment of being famous was completely wiped. It was like Jenga tower down. But I do feel like, there was a really spiritual moment there that took place where I felt like God was like saying, what's gonna matter more for you? That they remember your name or mine?
You can check out the full video and share it with your friends too. It's at thetoweroftruth.com. If you work in customer service, it can be stressful. And if you don't, or it's been a little while like me, this kind of just puts into perspective. You ever think about this? There's teams of social media responders for companies, especially like airlines. Because whenever there's a little problem, everyone goes on social to complain. So America Airlines shared that they get about 4,500 tweets at them every single hour, just on Twitter. And there's some person that's their whole job, just responding to angry people saying, why is my flight late? Why is it canceled? Where is this? Where's my bag? So you might be thinking, Andy, what can I do? I don't know. Next time you have a great airline experience or just a normal one, like, hey, my flight left on time, it arrived on time. Or the flight attendant gave me an extra bag of cookies. Or the pilot let my child look at the cockpit. Share those experiences too, just to give those people a little bit of a break.
I hope this story makes you smile today.
As you thank God every single day for spell check and autocorrect on your iPhone, I think it just makes those kids that win the spelling bee, their feat just that much more incredible. And this is no exception. So Zaila made spelling bee history when she correctly spelled the word Mariah.
Murraya.
that is correct.
Zaila is the very first African-American winner in the Bee's 96-year history. But she doesn't have a lot of time to celebrate because she's got to get back to the other thing she's really good at. She loves to play basketball, and she is one of the top 8th grade players in the nation. So it looks like the new way to spell success is Zaila. Way to go, Zaila. Don't know if you have a hard time like I do cleaning out your closets because you look at something and you think, well, I could use this someday, or maybe I'll sell this online and who knows someone will like it. Case in point, somebody sold a sealed copy of a Nintendo 64 game, a video game from the 90s, Super Mario 64. This is record breaking too, by the way. $1.56 million. You never know what's going to be worth something someday. He's a very successful entertainer and comedian. And if you've ever been to a Tim Hawkins show, it is a production. I was really surprised when I went to go see him. And you just got to wonder, Tim, how do you turn it off? I had a chance to talk to him about that, how he rests and relaxes and recharges.
I live by this thought that you climb the mountain, not to be seen, but to see, learning how to find times of quiet and solitude like Jesus did. I mean, Jesus frequently went to what the Bible calls desolate places. He became comfortable going to quiet time with God. I don't believe he was doing lifetime application by Bible studies with the Lord. I think he was communicating with his Father, and he was in peaceful, quiet places.
Whether it's work or a hobby, whatever you're trying to excel at, here's how to do it and level up your life. It's called the 70-20-10 rule. It's assuming that 70% of your work is going to be kind of mediocre, 20% is just going to be absolutely awful, and 10% is going to be amazing. And that stays the same no matter how little work you do or how much work you do. So it's not quantity or quality. It's quantity breeds quality. Don't know if you get nervous like I do when you're driving through a tunnel, especially if there's a curve. There's one that's kind of by my house. And every time I'm a little nervous because I don't know what's around that corner. Who knows what it could be? I think that's kind of what life is like too. But thankfully, the creator of the universe, he's clearing a path for us. Lena's a mom. She's wanting to know this answer to this question. Maybe you are too. What age should my kids be before getting a Facebook account? I don't know. I don't even know if I'm old enough to have a Facebook account as a middle-aged man. There's nothing really good on there right now for me, so I don't know. I try to stay away. So, Lena, I can't give you any advice. Sorry. It says in the Bible that you're going to be tempted. So how do you get past it? How do you overcome it? Well, here's some help with your daily joy scroll.
If you ate only one time a week, you would starve. This isn't about food. This is about your spiritual well-being. If you only spend time with God for 15 minutes out of a week, you only spend time with God for the 30-minute church service that you go to, you're spiritually starved. You're feeding your spiritual starvation with the things of the world. Our spirit's always going to be hungry, but you can feed it with other things than Him. And you don't know you're quenching it, but you are. And the only way we walk by the Spirit is by renewing our mind, like Romans 12 says, with the Word of God.
Here's today's Hope Highlight.
If you have a sweet tooth like me, when you get that craving, what do you want? You want ice cream, you want chocolate, something like that. But think about this though. What about when you get that craving to be anxious? What do? Well, your Hope Highlight says, don't be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. So when you get those cravings, those triggers of, oh, I'm anxious and now I'm going to start going down this spiral, what if you use that as a cue, not to go down that spiral, but as a cue to pray? Instead of thinking about that anxiety, just right away, instead of going to the worst case scenario, just give it to God and trust Him to handle them and then provide the peace that you need. This is one of the reasons I'm glad I'm a guy. I don't ever have to worry about what to get for a baby shower. And if you're racking your brain about when you have to go to soon, there's one mom, I love this. Her name's Ann, and she says, I don't get something for the baby. I actually get something for the mom. I put 8 postpartum recovery products in there because, man, mom is going to need some support. And trust me, the baby's going to get plenty. First off, I'm super proud of you if you decided you were going to make a positive change today and you started eating better, being more active, being kinder to yourself, whatever it is. How much longer do I have to do this before it just kind of starts becoming more of a habit? Here's the good and the bad news for you. 66 days. That seems like a long time for me because I just started working out again today. But on the other hand, every time you do it, it's just going to get a little easier. If you are a receptionist, thank you so much for what you do. Thank you for your grace. This morning, waking up, and I was supposed to be at an orthodontist appointment with my son at like 8 a.m. That was my first mistake. Why'd I get the first appointment of the day? My wife wakes me up at 8:05. Honey, weren't you supposed to be at an appointment 5 minutes ago? Oh my, what is that? So I call the lady, I say, hi, I'm clearly not at the appointment yet. Do you want me to cancel and reschedule, or can you give me 10 minutes to roll over there? And she goes, oh yeah, come back in 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, thank you. Okay, and of course, it took me longer than that, like 15, 20 minutes. Get there, no mention that I'm late, no guilting me, just a welcoming smile on her face. And I got to tell you what, just that little bit of grace, it made my whole day.